Okay, in this part, we are going to discuss how to identify percentile, specifically percentile rank of a certain data in a group data. Okay, so I have given already the table. It's complete of the information with their corresponding lower boundaries for each classes and also their corresponding cumulative frequency. It should be you. Okay, so the first question is how do we find the percentile rank? So these the given values here or the given data here is basically an IQ score. Okay, an IQ score. So we are looking for the percentile rank of the IQ score of 135. Now, since we already have the data, then therefore we can actually use, since this is a group data, then we can use the formula pk is equal to lower boundary plus uh, k over n all over 100, which is the position this locates in the, if you're going to arrange them, minus the minus the cumulative frequency before that given class all over the frequency of the class times the class size. Now, I already identified the values. The PK is the score. Remember, if you're going to use this formula, this is the position, and while the entire thing, the entire formula is the value, okay? Value of a certain percentile rank. So what we're looking for is the K, wherein the score that will give us is 135. So what should be the K here in order to get a score of 135? We know that the number of items that we have is 30. We know that the cumulative frequency, so since 135, we have to identify first where 135 is located. 135 is located here. Okay, so which means that our cumulative frequency before or less than cumulative frequency before that class is 15, which is basically this one. And the frequency of the class, the number of students who have that IQ score in that range or in that class interval is 6, while the class size is 8. This has been identified. We just subtract lower boundaries versus the lower boundary. So we already have the ingredients in order to solve for the K. All we have to do is to substitute them. Since PK is 135, so that will be 135 equal to the lower boundary. Oh, I forgot to mention the lower boundary is 130.5. So 130.5 plus the, we're missing K, so it's a known, but we know our N, which is 30 all over 100. Now, the cumulative frequency before is 15 all over the frequency of the class is 6 multiplied by the class size. Okay, therefore, if we're going to compute 135 minus 1 at 130.5 is 4.5. I just use addition property, or you can say transposition, just to simplify this. 4.5 is equal to K times 30, or I can simplify that as 3 over 10. So that would be 3 over 10. I just cancel out the 0 minus 15 over 6 times 8. Now, I can actually simplify that directly by multiplying both sides by 6 over 8.
By doing so, I can cancel out 6 directly. I can cancel out 8 directly, giving me, so I can just simplify that as 6 over 8, 6 over 8 times 4.5. And that will give me 3.375. 3.375, which is equal to 3K over 10 minus 15. So since it's minus, we just have to add it. So it will become 18.375 equal to 3K over 10. Now I can multiply the same process I did in the former step. That will be 10 over 3. 10 over 3. If I do that, I will cancel out 10 and 10 here, 3 and 3 here, which means that I'll be left with K on one side, while the value here, you can use your calculator, that will be 10 over 3, 10 over 3 times 18.375. And that will give me 61.25. So 61.25. What does it mean by this? It means that the 61.25 percentile rank is equal to 135. So the percentile rank of 135 is 61.25. 25.
Okay, in the second exercise, we are asked to find what is the percentile rank of the IQ score 150.
Since the percentile rank or the IQ score given is 150, that will be our PK. Now our n will never change. It's we're dealing with the same table, so 30. So we have to identify where is 150 located. 150 located in the last class. Cumulative frequency before that class is 27. Because of this, this is your cumulative frequency before. The FK or the class frequency is 3 and the interval is still 8. So to find for the value of your percentile rank of IQ score of 150, you need these information. So you can stop this video and solve for the value of PK. Okay, since we're given with the details already, all you have to do is to substitute it. Now, just be very careful in substituting and even in simplifying. So since PK is 150, I forgot to identify LB. LB is already the lower boundary here, which is equal to 146.5 plus our K is unknown, but we know our N is 30 all over 100 because it's percentile minus the cumulative frequency before is 27 all over the class frequency is 3 times the class size is 8. Okay, we can do this step by step. 150 minus 146.5 is equal to 3.5. So this is 3.5. I use addition property of equality or subtraction property of equality. And then you will be left with K, or let's simplify that. Well, that will be 3K over 10 minus 27 all over 3 times 8. We can multiply both sides by 3 over 8 because we want to isolate the value of K to the other given variables or numbers. So that means we can cancel out 3, we can cancel out 8. So we can multiply 3 eighths by 3.5. So 3 eighths of 3.5, 3 eighths of 3.5.
That will give you equal to 21 over 16 or 1.3125. That is equal to 3K over 10 minus 27. Since there's minus 27, we can add that. That will be 28.3125, which is equal to 3K over 10. Now, we can also simplify the right-hand side by multiplying the reciprocal of the fraction 3 tenths. So that will be 10 over 3. You can cancel out 10 and 10, 3, and 3. So which means the K will be simplified on the other side, which is equal to 94.375. Okay, so therefore, 94.375 or 38 percentile is equal to 150.
I hope this is clear. Let me clear all the annotation. Now let's have another set of data. And this time I want you to pause this video and identify first the variables and then solve for the value or the percentile rank of 150 calls. Therefore, 84.95% or almost 85% of the calls or of the days receive a call of 150. The last question, I want you to pause this video and solve this by yourself. So therefore, P of 22.8125 is equal to 75. So therefore, 22.8125, or you can just say 22.81 is equal to 75. Okay, so I hope this is clear. You can use some of the exercises in Schoology to practice this necessary skill. See you in the next video. Bye.